Oh, with 160. No. Fuck up. Well, with £61 million to spend in the summer and obviously players exiting the club, we could have the potential to spend up to £100 million. So let's sign some world-class players. Hello, welcome to part 61 of the Hollywood Dream. And coming up in today's episode, we do have our transfer window. But first, let's take a look at our end of season review. I was going to say it was a trophyless season, but no, it wasn't. I forgot we won the European South American Club Challenge. It's a meaningless trophy. It doesn't really get you anything, but I guess we're the best team out of Europe and South America, so that's a little bit of a good thing about Wrexham. They're the best team in Europe. We only signed 3 players this season. I wasn't really expecting that much, but 3 players is just ridiculous. We will be expecting signing a lot more. So obviously, first up was Isidre. Absolutely beautiful, no doubt. Gets signing of the season. 14 goals, 18 assists. Definitely our best player yet, and a wonder kid. So he's going to get better and better. Whether or not he's a left winger next season, I don't really know. I don't know. He's got 15 finishes, so he does have the attributes to be a great striker. And obviously, Fabricio Diaz started off playing most games. He played 25 games, but he did make a lot from the bench. 3 goals, 7 assists. Not bad for a 29-year-old who we got in on a free transfer. So that's some decent stats. And Kushanov, a decent right back. Obviously, he's not going to improve that much, but he's very, very good. Only 28, so just about coming into his prime of his career. Obviously, Premier League, board expected a top half finish. We just about got that after a impressive comeback over Everton in the final game of the season. So obviously, next season, I want to be trying to get into the top 6, maybe push into the top 4. Then, if we're really, really lucky, if a miracle does happen, maybe a title fight. But I suspect we're a long way from that. A couple of seasons, obviously, Champions League went really well in the. I wouldn't say it went really well in the league phase. We only won 3 games, so I guess that shows you how many games you actually have to win to get out of the top of the league phase. But unfortunately, fell out the first hurdle against Chelsea in the playoff round. So not the best, but it could have been better. Then obviously Super Cup, couldn't care less about that. FA Cup, getting knocked out by Ipswich. Pretty embarrassing, who are in the final against Norwich, who've just been promoted from the Championship, which will be absolutely ridiculous. And obviously Carabao Cup, getting knocked out by Chelsea again. We get knocked out by Chelsea a lot of times. Hopefully we can avoid that next season. Our biggest win this year was a 7-0 win over Astana. Match to remember was a 2-1 win over Olympic Marseille. The goal of the season went to Josh Taylor for one of his many goals against Astana, who Josh Taylor had a great start to this season's Champions League, but he never really seemed to get going after that performance. But let's take a look at this goal. He must have scored one hell of a goal. That's a great goal. He scores a lot of bangers, I must admit. If we can keep him in next year, that is just it's a dream midfield, Hunter and Taylor. Absolute dream. So our best 11, did I just go? Yeah, annual revenue, don't really need to care about that. Most of it has gone up, apart from broadcast revenue and matchday commercial retail. Obviously, commercial retail's gone down a little bit. Reputation has stayed the same, but our best 11 this year was Dean Henderson in goal. Obviously, I don't think he's definitely not going to be first choice. I'm not sure who's going to be first choice. It might be Goran Spajic. It could be someone else entirely. So we'll find out about that later on in the episode. And it was a back four: Mollard, Kushanov, Snape, and McNeil, Hunter and Taylor in the midfield. Then we have Mulat on the right, Kabangu in the middle, Moretti on the left, and Isitri up front. So no Salia, which is quite surprising. I mean, most players, there's only 3 players averaging over 7. I think those players probably stay. Kabangu in question marks. Obviously, Kabangu winning Fans Player, Young Player of the Season. I think that's probably suggested us that we probably keep him this year. I don't think we sell him because if he's a fans player of the season, we can't really sell him because they're not going to be happy with me if I do that. He also got top goal scorer. That's another reason why we have to keep him. Essentially, got most assists at 18 years old. He's actually 20 years old. He got 18 though. No record breakers this year, which is quite ridiculous. That is. We don't need to look at the generic timeline because I'm not too fussed about that. But let's see what the board want us to do next year. So they want us to play attacking football. All this is basically the same, work within the range budget, minimum 3-year contracts for first team players, maximum 1-year contracts for over the age of 34. We've never signed any players over the age of 34, and I don't think we are going to this year. My contract does end at the end of next season. Plans will be set when the club. Are we under a takeover? We are under a takeover. Whether or not that gets resolved this transfer window, I do not know because I'm hoping we don't get put under a transfer embargo. But let's take a look at let's talk about next season's aim. So I think top half again. I think then if there's anything else, we'll just take that with a pinch of salt. Top half will be great if we can qualify for Europe. Fantastic, but not really in my goals to finish that high up. So I think looking at this team report, it's definitely goalkeeper is improving very slowly, but he will be the best goalkeeper in the world. Maybe left back and right back could do with some improvement. Maybe it's centre back as well. I think midfield is pretty good. We just need a few backups. I think Mular's quite good on the right. Asidri's quite good on the left. I think strikers could do with a bit of improvement. I think Isidri is probably confirmed as our best left winger. Let's go back to the US set. Actually, you know what? We'll go to Scotland for a change. We'll keep it quite local because we've travelled around quite a lot. Brandon Hunter wasn't happy that we didn't play him as a Mazzani. He might be gone then. I got it wrong. Right. Might play Josh Taylor as a playmaker, at least until that promise gets accepted. Oh, Christ. At least it's we've got some time before the beginning of a transfer window, because we are under a transfer embargo. Wrexham promised takeover bounty. Spanish investor Edgar Rossell says he would make £168 million available for new players if this takeover plans for Wrexham are successful. I tell you what, get out of it, Ryan and Rob. This could be the new Holland dream. Oh my God. Rosell is reportedly looking to buy out the club owners for 127 million. Oh, I would love this to happen. I've never wanted a takeover to happen much more than this. Ryan and Rob, you're done. Hello, Edgar Russell. Not confirmed yet, but I'm hopeful because we have been enforced under a transfer embargo. It must be soon, so I will come back. Hopefully, but if nothing happens, i.e. the takeover doesn't get resolved, I will see you on the other side for the opening day of the transfer window. Oh, it's finally happened. Thankfully, pretty early on into the transfer window hasn't even opened yet, but we are doing some business in my will announce when the transfer window has actually opened, but the takeover has been completed. Allow me to read you the following statement. Wrexham, count the money. Things may never be the same again at Wrexham Stadium after Spanish investor Edgar Rossell successfully completed the takeover of the Premier League club. According to Escorio, whatever that is I presume that's like a Spanish TV program. At least that's what it says, a TV program. It's an actual thing. It's not Spanish, is it? It's probably Welsh, I think. That's a bit weird. Russell has promised that he will stop at nothing to ensure Wrexham become one of the greatest forces in domestic and continental football. I tell you what, this save has just got a whole lot interested. So, Rob McElhenney, Fleur Robertson, it's great to it was good to meet you, but Ryan and Rob are done with Wrexham. I mean, it's been 9 years. I've loved every part of it. Still no cameos in what's Ryan's job film called Deadpool. Still haven't had a job in that yet. Haven't had a starring roles, which I thought we would have, but what a yeah, great, absolute brilliant. So yeah, board actually expect us. Oh my god, look at this. End of next season. So this is the 34 next season. When's my contract expire? Oh, end of this season, right? End of this season. It says end of next season. It's confusing. End of this season, they want us to qualify for the Europa League. Challenge next season, become recognised as best of the rest. Then within the next 5 years, they want us to win the Premier League. Oh my god, but they're gonna have to give me a ton of money next few seasons if they want that to happen. And I'm gonna try and make that happen because yeah, I don't want to lose my job. Definitely want to get a new contract. But Wrexham are going places. We're gonna go right to the top, my friends. And yeah, the board have lifted the transfer embargo. I don't know if that's gone up. No, it was 61 million because we've sold a player. Per sure is leaving the club. I can't remember who, which will be announced when he does officially leave the club. So let's go straight forward to the opening day of the transfer window, where definitely one player will have left the club, and we might have signed a player or two. I highly doubt it, but let's just see what happens in the next week or two. It is the 15th of June and the opening day of the brand new transfer window. The rumour train has already started off with Sadio, but rumours with a move to Aston Villa potentially being 63 million. If that happens, I wouldn't mind accepting that. For a guy we brought in for 29 million, that won't be a decent profit. And Hunter's been rumoured with a move to Italy for well over 100 million, which would be absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, if that does happen, I think we'd have to accept it because we have promised he can leave for at least 100 million. So if those two transfers happen, I think we're going to do a lot of business and a lot of great business. But let's take a look, see who we've been rumoured with. I've been rumoured with one player, that is Rivaldo Suarez, a 19-year-old centre back who's wanted by a whole host of clubs. He is out of contract at the end of this year, so December 2032. I think we just make a bid for him because he's wanted by a whole host of clubs and Bournemouth, along with many other Premier League clubs, great Premier League clubs. So, let's see what his scout report comes back as. Then we shall make a judgment. Esther Carrington has been linked with a move to Blackburn, which is I wouldn't mind trying to sell him. I don't think we're going to get a profit. I don't know how much should we sign him for? 4.5. We're going to make a decent profit on him if that does happen. So, oh, good God. He's not interested in joining Aston Villa. That's not going to happen, is it? I don't want to. I want him to go permanently. Then we can get in a decent right back. That's not going to happen, but hopefully some other teams can make a decent bid for Carrington. Apart from that, there is one player leaving us. Obviously not now, because that player is per sure, as I touched on it shortly. He is leaving us to join Valencia for £15 million. It's a slight profit, a £5 million profit from what we signed him. We signed him for 10, we're selling him for 15, which is very, very good. Apart from that, we haven't done any other transfers. We're just signing a couple of staff members, but transfer budget is looking very, very good. Obviously, we are going to be spending well over £100 million this year. I'm sure we're going to sign at least 5 players before the start of July. That's what I'm hoping for. At least 5 players in by then. Albeit it's a couple of weeks till the 1st of July. So we might sign a couple of free transfers. See who's lurking about. I think there was a couple of Liverpool players out of contract. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold was one of them. Whether or not he's still out of contract, I do not know. Which that'd be a great signing if we could do that. But hopefully, by the time we get to the beginning/middle of July, hopefully should have signed at least a couple, two, three, four, or five. Who knows? We might have even finished the squad by then. Oh, it's the 11th of July. We've literally just got just under a month before we play our first Premier League game against Sunderland. So it's an easy start. We haven't signed anyone yet. We've come close to signing people. We came close to signing a youngster called Bren Worrell, but unfortunately rejected us to go Tottenham. We are in the process of signing a few players, including a goalkeeper that's absolutely brilliant. He looks so good. I think Goran Spajic could potentially do with some real proper first choice goalkeeper game time. So probably end up loaning him out if this guy comes in. So which hopefully he does, because he looks absolutely decent. But only 8 million as well. Budgets look ridiculous. We've made an offer for Kim Min Shea to come in as a possibly a starting left back, a centre back, or a backup. I don't really know. 35 years old, but he's still got decent stats. He can still do a job. He's still quality. He's still probably be the best centre back at the club. But we have sold a whole load of players. So well, we never actually sold anyone in the back end of last season. So players that have left the club. Ezra Carrington has joined Al Shabab for 12.25 million. So that is a decent, very decent profit considering we signed him for 4 million. We've sold him on for 12, so that's a £8 million profit. So how much is he on there? 40k a week. I don't know if that was more than what we paid him. It probably isn't. Marin Sotacek has joined Al Ittihad for £30 million. Definitely not a profit because we signed him for 66. Never really. He started off pretty decent. Had a pretty decent season in the Championship. Never really got going when we got back into the Prem. So decided to sell him for 30 million. Why not? We've got loads of money, so yeah, sell him on for. He's on 825k a week at our Etihad. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he still could technically get better, but he's just not going to get better with us. And sitting on the bench as well, it's not going to really help him. Yeah, next up, leaving the club, obviously, Pershaw has joined Valencia for £15 million. And last but not least, Tom Bischoff has joined Al Nassr for 10.75 million. It's pretty decent profit considering we brought him on a free transfer, but never really got into the team. Never really has a good run. Only started 4 games last season, so he's pretty rubbish. We have loaned out young goalkeeper Anthony Rivera out to Freiburg for this season. Had a loan spell at Portsmouth last season. Conceded 32 goals, but 21 clean sheets. And yes, they did get in the playoffs. Unfortunately lost them, but having a brilliant season at Portsmouth. So he does need to step up. So Freiburg, I don't know what league they're in. They're in the Bundesliga. So that's going to be a very tough task for him. Who's manager of them? Frank Schmidt. Never heard of him, but no transfers, well, no transfer ins as of yet. But this is what the squad is looking like. With just under a month to go, obviously we still need to sign players. I am trying to make that happen. So goalkeepers at the moment, we've got Dean Henderson and Spajic. If that first choice goalkeeper comes in, I'm fairly sure Spajic will be loaned out, just in the need of some first choice loan experience, whether that's in the Championship or in the foreign league. Then right backs this year, we've still got Mollard. Still need one more. I was contemplating whether or not to bring in Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he just wants too much money, so we definitely need a right back. If not, I guess we could always just put Beha back at right back. But I don't know. I think he's quite good at a backup right back. That is his best position, so potentially maybe another centre back. So maybe maybe a right back, maybe obviously centre backs. We've got Rasmus Kushunov. Is that it? Just Kushunov. Obviously, BE has the potential Then we've got Kim Min Jae, so potentially one more centre back or right back. I'm still not sure. Then left backs we're pretty much sorted because we've got Jason McNeil and Milo Talby, so I think that's pretty much done. Left backs are done. It's just centre back and right back are a little bit stuck. Then centre mids, we've still got Fabricio Diaz. He's going to be staying around. Brandon Hunter still staying. Josh Taylor is not going anywhere at the moment. We haven't had an offer, so we definitely need another midfielder, preferably a playmaker. Or yeah, definitely a playmaker, just someone who can play alongside Josh Taylor. Then left wingers, we've got Nicola Moretti and Isidri. Isidri is going to be our starting left winger because he's just absolutely world class. And on the right hand side, we've got Mular and Sheehan, who is still at the club. He hasn't left us just yet, but I wouldn't mind trying to keep him then. Strikers, we've got Fatang Salia and Gaishel Kabangu still at the club. Obviously, I think I don't know how many games he's going to be starting next year. Obviously, Fatang Salia is good, so we need definitely need a right back or a centre back, if not both. Definitely another centre mid, preferably a playmaker, and a couple strikers. Then that's the squad complete. Obviously, the goalkeeper coming in as well. So we need at least 4 or 5 players, not including the ones we've made offers for. So we've got a lot of work to do before the 7th of August. So I guess wish me luck. If that doesn't happen and we haven't got ourselves a decent 22, 23 man squad, got plenty of time. We've got the rest of the transfer window to fiddle things around with. So hopefully the squad should be fully assembled by the time we get round to the start of the brand new Premier League season. It's currently the 7th of August and it's the start of the brand new Premier League season, and I am pleased to announce we have pretty much got together nearly a 22-man squad. We're just missing one striker, and that striker will be coming in fairly soon. Max Morris will be our new starting striker alongside our new striker, whoever that may well be. Maybe this guy comes in because he's pretty good. I think he was pretty good against us. I think he scored a couple goals against us when we played them last season, if I remember correctly. I'm assuming he did. I hope he did because he looks like a great striker. Could be one of the best in the league. But players that have come and gone this episode so far. So we'll start with the players that have left the club. We've sold £103 million players. That's absolutely ridiculous. So first up was Ezra Carrington. He has joined Al Shabab for £12 million. Marin Sosicek has joined Al Ittihad for £13 million. Per Schewers has joined Valencia for £15 million. Tom Bischoff has joined Al Nassr for £10.75 million. Anthony Rivera, obviously one of our young goalkeepers, has joined Freiburg on loan for this season. Goran Smajic has joined Bayer Leverkusen on loan. They're both going to be playing in the Bundesliga. That's going to be interesting. I'm hoping Bayer Leverkusen play Goran Smajic week in, week out, because if they do, he's going to come back some hell of a goalkeeper at next season. There we have also sold Jan Monster. I kind of forgot he was in the squad, but we have sold him to Crystal Palace for £30.5 million because considering we signed that guy on a free transfer, that is some profit, that is, even though he wasn't really any good the past couple of seasons, but still fantastic to get 30 million for him. Then players that have come in. First up, we've got Bob Potches. He's a Dutch goalkeeper, 4 stars of current ability, good Premier League player, not likely to improve, but that's fine. He comes in from Ajax for £38 million, as now has the value of 60 to 72 million. He's going to be one hell of a goalkeeper, and only 23 years old. That is that's quite scary. He's going to be a world class goalkeeper. Then next up, we've got Kim Min Jae. He's a South Korean centre back, 35 years old, 3.5 stars of current ability, good Premier League player. Comes in from Bayern Munich on a free transfer. Previously had playing experience at Napoli, Fenerbahce, Beijing, and numerous clubs in South Korea. Looks like a fairly decent player. I'm not sure how many games he's actually going to play, but he looks like a decent player. Definitely an adequate Pershers replacement. And next up, we've got Andrew Bishop. He's a English striker, 21 years old, 3 stars of ability, 4.5-star potential, good Premier League player. He comes in on loan from Everton for the whole of this season. We do have a option to buy of 84 million should we like the look of him and scores lots of goals for us this season and potentially wins us the Premier League. I doubt that's going to happen, but if that does happen, the option is there to buy him. Then next up, we've got Cesar Sedel. He's a Dutch right back, 3 stars of current ability. Decent Premier League player, comes in from AZ Alkmaar for £11.75 million. He's going to pretty much just going to be a backup to Mollard. I was contemplating whether or not to get a right back with 5-star potential, but no, it's fine. If we want to sell him, we can sell him. We paid literally next to nothing for him. The last but not least is Rodrigo Hermosinia. I don't know. No, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. Rodrigo, just for short. He's a Chilean centre mid, 3.5 stars of current ability, 4.5-star potential, good Premier League player. Comes in from University Catalunya. In other words, it's a team in Chile. These clubs are very difficult to pronounce. I presume it's a university team. That's what it pronounces in England, I think, or translates to in English. But he looks like a very good centre mid. We are training him to be a deep line playmaker. I know he's a Masala, but we've already got through 2 decent Masalas. We don't need any more Masalas unless we play 2 Masalas. That'd be absolutely crazy. But no, he's going to be a deep line playmaker. Whether or not, don't know how many games he's going to play for us this season. He is a wonder kid as well, so might just play him every game. Is that Andrew Bishop a wonder kid? No. He probably was, but just not now. So this is the squad going into the new season. So goalkeepers, we've got Dean Henderson and Bob Potches. I think it's fairly obvious which one's the first choice and which one's the backup. Right backs, we've got Mollard, and if I can find him, where is the other one there? We've got Cesar Sano. Then the centre backs, we've got Biha, Snape, Kim Min Jae, and Kushyanov. There he is. His preferred role is a defensive mid. It's not. It's definitely a centre back. Then left backs, obviously we've got Jason McNeil and Mino Talby. Then centre mids, Fabricio Diaz, Brandon Hunter, Josh Taylor, and Rodrigo, the new guy. Then right wingers, we've got Daniel Muller and still at the club, Alan Sheehan. Then on the left-hand side, we've got Isidri, who is progressing quite nicely into a very decent left winger. Only 21 years old, he's already rated at 4-star of current ability. That is just absolutely crazy, that is. Then other left winger is Nicola Moretti. Is probably going to be a backup. It's decent. He's a decent backup. He just he used to have 5-star potential, believe it or not. He doesn't now. Then strikers, we have got Andrew Bishop, Vatang Salia, and Gaishel Kabangu. Obviously, Max Morris will be in very shortly, hopefully in the next episode. If not, something has gone horribly wrong and he's rejected the club. So let's take a look at the season preview with all the transfers pretty much done and dusted. Wow. We are predicted to finish 3rd. Bob Potches is in the Media Dream 11. We might be in a title fight this year. We seriously might be in a title fight. Who is our predicted key players? Daniel Muller and Josh Taylor. If those 2 stay fit, we are in a title fight. I wasn't really expecting that. What's our predicted 11? So Bob Potches a goal, Stave, Kimmich, Kushyanov, and Mollard. Sort of correct. That's probably the 75% correct. The back 4. Apart from Snape's not playing left back. Talby, Rodrigo, Josh Taylor, and Sheehan. Maybe. Then strike force is Citrian. No, that's not going to be. That's not going to happen at all. That's not the strike force because those 2, they're both wingers. I know that. I'm not sure what the strike force is going to be, so That is wow, predicted to finish third. That's ridiculous. I've been at Wrexham for 9 years. I didn't realise it could say how long I've been here. Reputation 5-star. Thank you very much. That is absolutely wonderful. Am I on the Legends list? I am. I think I've probably been on there for quite some time. I think after the Europa League win, I got graduated from being an icon to a legend, which is very good. No one else. Guy Shelkabangu is an icon at only 23 years old. I mean, Mr. Stadium named after himself, I think, in the future. But I think that being it, that's all we're gonna have time for in today's episode. Still can't believe we're predicted to finish. That's absolutely crazy. So I will see you all in the next episode for our first Premier League fixtures of a brand new season, which will be against Sunderland and Norwich. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.